Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to be able to lead you in another thought for the day. I wonder how you've responded to this lockdown period. It's been good for me in the sense that I've only been in about a shop 6 times since the beginning of March. Now, I'm not into buying things like clothes and things like that, or to buy things to impress other people. Those sorts of things don't really interest me, but I like to do other things. I like, for example, to go out for a good meal. And I like to go away for a few days holiday where it's lovely and sunny, where the weather's a little bit more settled than it is here over in the UK. So I'm looking forward to a visit to the Star of India. Oh, the smell is just filling my nostrils as I speak. I'm also looking forward to going away for a few days where it's lovely and sunny and lovely and warm. But lockdown has been a time, I think, for us all to reflect upon what really does matter in life. If you like, to ask the question, what do I treasure most in life? And I was reminded of those words of Jesus that he spoke to the crowds on the mountainside in Galilee when he said, "Do not store up for yourselves treasure on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourself treasure in heaven where moth and rust do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Well, it was the weekend before last that those words really came home to me. And it made me think about the really most important thing in my life, and that is relationships. And relationships in 3 areas in particular: family, friends, and faith relationships. In other words, my relationship with God. You see, Janet and I, the weekend before last, formed a bubble with our daughter Joanne and Carl, her husband, and the 2 little grandchildren, Fern and Louis. And on Sunday of that weekend, we had a belated Easter Day meal. We had the turkey that came out of the freezer that had been ready there for Easter Day, and we had a wonderful time together. And for the first time since lockdown, we were able to hug the children. It was wonderful. But that experience just reinforced the fact that relationships are the thing that make life worth living, and that we should always seek to foster those relationships, to protect them and to treasure them. But our relationship with God needs to be central to all our other relationships, for that's when our relationship with God is healthy and blossoming, then it provides a solid base for building all other relationships. But as we begin to come out of lockdown, I wonder if the lessons we've learned during it will stay with us, and that the things that we've come to treasure simply because we've missed them most will remain with us. Or will we return to old habits and old ways of behaving that might not be God's best for us? I wonder if we will treasure the wrong things or the things that simply are second best. If God has been teaching us lessons during lockdown, will we quickly forget them when life gets back to some sort of normality? There's a verse in James that Janet reminded me of as I was thinking about today's thought for the day. Let me read it to you. Well, it's actually a couple of verses. It's in James chapter 1, verses 22 to 25. This is what it says: "Be doers of the word and not hearers only. Otherwise, you are deceiving yourselves. For anyone who hears the word but does not carry it out is like a man who looks at his face in a mirror and after observing himself goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But the one who looks intently into the perfect law of freedom and continues to do so, not being a forgetful hearer but an effective doer, he will be blessed in what he does." So I wonder if you have used lockdown to ask God to show you where your treasure really lies. And if you have, what answers did you come up with? And if you haven't, then perhaps it's not too late to do that. And when you have, Ask God to help you to remember what you've learned and to strive hard to keep it that way, so that you're not like the person who looks in the mirror, goes away, and then forgets what he looks like. God bless you all today. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully we'll be back to seeing each other soon.